metal unibody build, large side chamfers, and familiar color options, it's fair to say that the HTC Bolt is quite similar to its cousin, the HTC 10, at least on the outside. This is great though, as we really like the HTC 10's design, and that opinion mostly transfers over to the Bolt's design. As expected, HTC has delivered yet another solid, well-built phone. The large chamfers provide a nice transition to the flat sides, and the tactilely differentiated power button helps make it more discoverable compared to the volume keys. The buttons are also satisfyingly clicky, just as they were on the 10. There are some notable differences though, too. The curved back has been flattened, removing a bit of the ergonomic feel from the 10 that we've come to love. The phone doesn't seem as slippery this time around though, which is important, as it has received a size bump to 5.5 inches from 5.2 inches on the 10. The Bolt also introduces what many have been asking for a while now: water resistance. With IP57 certification, the phone can be submerged in up to 1 meter of water for up to 30 minutes. This should be enough to protect the Bolt from minor accidents, although you won't want to intentionally submerge the phone, as HTC says that liquid damage may not be covered under warranty. The navigation keys on the chin of the phone are both illuminated and placed in the standard layout. The home key, while not a physical tactile button, is sort of a large cutout in order to double as a fast and accurate fingerprint reader. It's not the fastest out there, but it's faster than the Galaxy S7's reader, which is to say it does very well. The HTC Bolt features a 5.5-inch Quad HD Super LCD 3 display, which is quite frankly wonderful. It seems to be slightly different than the HTC 10's display, but it still offers excellent contrast and nice colors, while not appearing oversaturated. Viewing angles are good too, although not exceptional. Our biggest complaint is with the maximum brightness. While it's good enough for indoor use, it can seem dim when outside, especially in direct sunlight. On a more positive note, the display is coated in Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which offers some of the best scratch protection available today. Under the hood, the HTC Bolt is being powered by 3GB of RAM and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810. The latter is definitely a head-scratcher, as this is a flagship smartphone, and the 810 is now a 2-year-old processor. With the 810, you'll be missing out on better performance, more efficiency, and fewer heat issues that are offered by the Snapdragon 820 and 821. So why did HTC go with the 10? Well, we've heard that HTC was forced to compromise, as the newer processors were not certified to support Sprint's LTE Plus network during development, which is ultimately the core purpose of this phone. Despite the older processor, day-to-day performance is absolutely fine, which can be partially credited to the many disabled system animations, which make the experience feel a tad snappier than stock Android. The problems with the 820 instead lie primarily with heat output. We found the Bolt to heat up easily, especially while charging. As you may already know, the HTC Bolt is exclusive to Sprint, so you won't be able to use it with any other carrier. If you are on Sprint though, the HTC Bolt has a unique selling point: support for Sprint's new LTE Plus network, which touts much faster data speeds. Unfortunately, LTE Plus just isn't that accessible at the moment. For example, Sprint offers zero LTE Plus coverage within a 75-mile radius of our testing area. What's worse is that even in a small but considerable city of 15,000 people, normal LTE is spotty, and where it does work, it's limited to around 2 to 3 megabits per second. This is comically bad compared to the speeds of above 100 megabits per second we've seen from Verizon's LTE Advanced network, which is widely available in the same city. Now, obviously, Sprint's network isn't HTC's problem, but since this phone is only available on Sprint, these issues do inevitably come with the phone. Moving on to storage, the HTC Bolt includes 32GB out of the box, but that can be expanded via a micro SD card using the second tray on the left side of the phone. Unfortunately, HTC's boom sound has gone by the wayside here, and we're left with an average sounding side firing speaker. It's definitely better than the Galaxy S7 speaker, but it's a bit disappointing compared to the HTC 10's higher quality speaker setup. For most users though, its volume and low distortion will be good enough. When it comes to external audio, however, the Bolt is riddled with compromise. Although it's using the same excellent 24-bit DAC as the HTC 10, there's no 3.5mm headphone jack, so the Bolt instead relies on the USB Type-C charging port for wired audio. To clarify, this in particular isn't inherently bad, given that it's the way of the future. The problems begin with how HTC has set this up for people who are still making the transition to USB Type-C audio, which is virtually everyone. Check out our written review linked below for the full details, but the main points are that there isn't an adapter in the box, third-party adapters won't work, HTC is only offering a free adapter for those who purchase the phone before January 31st, and HTC isn't selling adapters. Now, to be fair, the Bolt does come with some pretty nice earbuds in the box. They even work with the phone's software Boom Sound Adaptive Audio, which is used to adjust audio levels based on scans of your ears in the surrounding environment. This feature actually works quite well and results in noticeably better audio. The Bolt includes a 3,200 mAh battery, and although that's 200 mAh more than the HTC 10's battery, our real-world battery test delivered some disappointing results. Getting through a full day was a challenge, even while averaging just 2 hours and 40 minutes of screen-on time. However, it's worth mentioning that our tests were conducted with a poor network signal, which may have negatively impacted our results. While you might be able to get more usage in an area with better coverage, we wouldn't count on more than a full day with 3.5 hours of screen-on time. Unfortunately, the Bolt Quick Charge 2.0 wasn't so quick in our testing. In 30 minutes, the phone went from 0 to about 25%, which is well below average, especially at this price. The HTC Bolt's rear camera is a 16-megapixel f2.0 shooter with optical image stabilization, and it delivers images similar in quality to those produced by the HTC 10. That is to say, the camera is very good, despite not beating out the Galaxy